Our viewers demanded it, and we didn't want to let you down. Our friend Mafiul Robin returns, this time to narrate a game which he played against real players. We will go in-depth in this game and teach you the strategies you need to win. Join us now on Legendary Tactics. Once again, we are joined by Mafiul Robin, all the way from Bangladesh, to share his insights on Brass Birmingham. And I really encourage you to check out his channel on YouTube. We'll put the link in the description. But he's kind enough to join us today on Legendary Tactics to do essentially a supplement to the strategy guide that we put out a few weeks ago, and to show you how those strategies can be implemented in practice. And so we've got a real life game. We had some comments from some viewers who wanted to see a real life game, not just against the bots and the AI in the app. And so Mafiul was kind enough to record one of his recent games, and we're going to do a bit of a play-by-play. So once again, thank you for joining us, Mafiul. It's great to speak to you again.
Hello, Nathan. Thank you so much for having me. And also thanks to all the audience who are loving all the brass videos we are making.
Yes, that's great. So without further ado, well, did you want to set the stage for this game? Was it, who were you playing against? Did you know your opponents, or is it just matched to you, through your ELO score or something?
Recently, I was playing Brass Birmingham on Steam Brass Digital, and I played an online game randomly with 3 other random players.
Okay, so you didn't know these people directly, but they're a couple of random players that you were up against?
Yes, usually I able to play with people I already know in Brass Birmingham Discord community, but that time I played with complete strangers.
Yeah. Okay, that's great. Yeah, no, it's good. It's one of the nice things about online play is that you can you can meet up with new players and with different play styles and so forth. So I'm going to press play on the recording here, and you can just let us know what's going on.
Yeah, sure. We can play the recorded video, and we can pause after every player's turn, and we can talk what's happening.
Yes, that should work fine. I'll start and stop the video as best I can, and you can give your commentary. So Red's off to a normal start, taking a loan?
Yes. Here it's a 3-player game. So when I will be playing, what I will do is we already have a Brass definitive strategy guide where we mentioned what is most efficient thing to do in a 3-player game. And we also have had a follow-up video to that strategy guide where we also discuss a practical example of all the things we discussed in that strategy guide. But as a lot of people request for a game with the same strategy with a real human players, so this will be that. And I will exactly do the things which we discussed in the main definitive strategy guide. And and in this game, I will be doing the same thing I also did with the previous video where I played with 3 AI.
Yeah.
So we see the first player, he took a loan, which is a very good thing to do. That way he can become the first player. And we can assume that probably he would like to make some iron as he became the first player for the next round. So I have no more chance to become the first player. I'm very unlucky. I actually still could have considered taking the loan to make second iron, but unfortunately I do not have a card. You can see my card. I do not have any card to make any iron. So any iron very easy at least, because Coolbrookdale and Stoke-on-Trent and Birmingham, those are closest to the merchant, but I cannot make any iron there. I don't have any iron industry card as well. So instead, I choose to take a developed action because iron is still very cheap, and I know the player will make some iron very soon anyway. I cannot stop him. So that is the thinking was happening in my head.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just took a developed action.
Okay. So here we go. And what card are you looking to throw away? Is there anyone that doesn't look useful? I guess that one. You developed your beer twice, and that's good.
Yeah, as I discussed in the strategy guide before, that the first video should be the beer, because those are the things I will not. I want to make as soon as possible.
Now it's interesting that the last guy did a scout action.
Yeah, I don't call it a very pro move from his side. Maybe what he was planning is he want to become at least second player, so he don't want to spend more money than me, and he also didn't wanted to make a link which would have made him second player, but he would be helping the red player by making that link, because the red player will be guaranteed to is already guaranteed to become the first player. So instead, he wanted to do something so he can still become the second player, but don't help anyone. So he took the scout action. But what he did wrong is he very soon had to take a loan, because we start the game only with 17 money.
Yeah.
So instead, if he took the loan, that would be so much better, because he had so many cards. It can't be that he have no good card. Even if he do not have any good card, um, um, he should wait and see what better card he got in few months, rather than just taking scout whenever he feels like.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's a good point. All right. So moving on to the next round, and red is going to play stone and build a link and some iron. So there you go. There's your prediction of taking the iron. And then yellow here is going to do a development and another development. So, all right, we'll pause there. So your thoughts on those moves there?
All right. When red made his iron, he actually made iron at worst possible place for him. I mean, definitely making iron is good, but not in a place which actually put you in disadvantage. So when he came to Reddit, just think now where else he can go later. Almost nowhere, because
that's true.
actually cut him. Yeah, anyone can cut him off with making a link at Oxford to Birmingham. So he cannot expand his link anymore, and anywhere else he want to build something which require coal, he will be at mercy of other players who are already making link for him. Of course, it is possible to make some gear somewhere and then start making link from there, but that will not be very efficient. So he actually choose a relatively bad position. And for the second player, the yellow player, actually did right thing, that iron is very cheap at this moment. So he wanted to make some development. So he developed. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Okay. So what is now in your head as your next move?
Well, I played this game quite quite sometimes, so I might not exactly remember what I did before I see what I did. So let's see what I did.
All right. Let's take a look. So it looks like you're looking maybe to take a loan, I'm guessing. Let's see. And you're I in the edit of this, I left your thinking time a little more open. So yes, you did take a loan there. So that was probably your only real move available for that. It was definitely your next best move, and then looking to build your network by the looks of it. and you're giving it some thought. So which, and you took that link from Oxford to Birmingham. So that was that basically to hurt red? Was that the main reason why you built there, or was there another reason?
Oh, well, because this is a three-player game, if I do something which is not very efficient for me, but only hurting another people,
Yeah.
so that way I'm hurting myself a little, but hurting a lot more to other.
Yes.
But then there is another player who is not in this conflict, and he will have the advantage. So I actually cannot afford to do something only to hurt somebody.
Yes.
Rather, I did it here because actually let's remember what was our plan for a three-player game. Our
Yes.
strategy is to make 2 level 2 beer, make 2 level 2 manufacturer, and sell to manufacturer with own level 2 beer.
Yes.
And in addition, try to make as many iron possible and try to make as less link possible. So at this moment, I actually did develop my level 1 beer. So I'm ready to make my level 2 beers.
Yes.
And I want to make iron. So making a link from Oxford to Birmingham actually was a gamble. I was really hoping to draw a Birmingham card or a
Yes.
iron industry card. If I had that, then I could have built an iron. But
Yeah, that would have been
unfortunately,
perfect.
I didn't draw any, so it was unlucky. But still, I'm controlling a lot of places where I can make iron very easily. So let's see what I did.
Yeah.
Right now.
Well, what's great about this is it's easy to show how to play a great hand, but when your hand isn't what you would like to have, that's a very valuable thing. It's being flexible with the hands that you're given, with the cards that you're given,
Exactly.
and make sure that you're.
I just remembered because I played this game quite some months ago, but I just remember this was actually a hand like most difficult to play with the strategy we discussed in our strategy guide. This
Yes.
was the hand totally against that strategy, but
Yes.
still that strategy is so much efficient than anything else. Even with this hand, when I pulled off this strategy, something good come up. So it is actually the proof that this is the most efficient thing to do, even if the hand is not this strategy friendly. But somehow you should try to do it anyway.
Yes. No, that's great. So you get to go first here. So we'll see what your thinking is. That's you're looking to build.
Oh yes, that gamble actually worked. I see. I
Yep.
actually draw the Birmingham card, and
Perfect.
now I can iron. Yeah.
Nice. That gives you some cash and some income.
Loan before, so I immediately become positive.
Yes. And now you're looking to do some more developments. Get rid of that manufacturing and coal. So
Yes, as I always discuss, the second document will be level 1 code and level 1 manufacturer.
yeah. And your opponent's dropping an iron card to take a loan. Interesting.
Yes.
And dropping a coal card to build some coal, which goes right to the market. So
yeah, but another questionable decision.
Yeah.
Because he is making coal in Reddit and then making I guess this is level 1 cotton he
coal.
made. So
Yes.
so we always discuss that not making any level 1 industry except level 1 iron, which he will overbuild, and also level 1 pottery in the rail era only.
Now, do you think he was? I don't know what level of play Fonzarelli is, but do you think maybe Fonzarelli was thinking, "Ooh, I can actually build this coal. It's very quick, cheap, income and so far I can sell the coal right away. Like, do you think that was part of
Yes, that
his
was
or her
his
thinking?
thinking. That was a very easy thing to do because he didn't had anything in the board yet. He can make it anywhere, and
Yeah,
there is only one Redis card in the game. So the Redis iron was made with the iron industry card. So he have the Redis card and he makes the coal. It was very easy thing to do,
yes,
but it come with its own cost because he actually if he didn't make the level 1 Birmingham, there he would be quite quite in bad situation because he will be blocked here. He cannot make any link and go to the
yeah,
places he want to go.
yeah. It's true that Reddit is their first target. It seems like it's such a, I mean, it's fine in the rail era, but not now. It seems like an
Yeah,
odd
agree.
choice. So let's move on. So yeah, so he gets so Red builds in Birmingham and builds a link.
Yeah,
So good play.
yeah. Continue.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah,
Yes,
so
continue
that's
watching.
yeah. So the is that a good play though to build the link over to Coventry and build?
I don't think so because he made the link there, and now this is not his turn anymore. So other people
Yeah.
can make things in Coventry. So other people will take advantage of his link.
Yes, that's true. Okay, so Fonzarelli is up next and is doing some. Oh, sorry, I paused it by accident. Okay, and builds in Worcestershire and takes a loan.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So
Well,
another
lots of
level
cash.
1 industry. Yeah,
And
another level 1 industry. And, people who are watching don't make any level 1 industry in the Canada. You only want to make second or higher level industry. That way you can get the victory point twice. It's cheap to make level 1 industry. It gives you more income than the higher level industry, but it's not worth it.
yeah, and you lose it at the midway through the game too. So it looks like you're going to do a build here, build some more iron.
No, I think.
Yep, you built an iron in
Oh,
Coventry.
of course, because community is connected and I have the community card and always make iron as soon as possible if there is chance.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
I just took the opportunity.
And now
Initially,
some
I was
beer.
unlucky and that I didn't have Birmingham card or I didn't have the industry card, but now I become very lucky. I have the community card and people made link for me. And
Yes.
also, a very interesting thing is I had um, beer card of Barton and I had beer card of Stone and Stafford.
Yep.
But you see, I have two Barton cards, and in the game there is only two copy of Barton cards. So I'm in no rush of making beer in Barton because
Yes.
I have both of them.
Yes.
So I have one Stafford and one Stone card. So
Yep.
other people may have the copy of that. So I immediately make a beer at Stafford.
Yep.
So if anyone else had that card, I'm blocking
That's perfect.
the potential beer there.
Yep. That's perfect. All right. So let's see what the reaction is. So red plays card to build some manufactured goods and develop and sell those goods. So what are your thoughts on that there?
Um,
Looks like level 1 manufactured goods, probably. Yeah.
yes, and selling with bonus beer, not the best thing to do in the world.
Yes.
In the world, thus, I always say making your own beer and flipping your industry with your own beer is so much better than consuming the bonus beer
Yes.
because that way you are actually flipping your own beer, which gives very cost efficient victory point
Yeah.
and also a lot of income.
Yes. That's true. Yeah. All right. So red is up first again. And looks like doing some development, and you get some benefit from that. Does some more development. Okay.
Yeah, the iron was cheap, and one of them was free, so it's a very good time to develop.
Yep. So that's good. And then we've got Yale up with Colebrookdale building some beer there, and a link.
Okay, that's also very good to take the beer spot as soon as possible. Otherwise, they may potentially lose that location.
Yes, and also I guess the link is so that the cotton can be sold. Is that
right?
It's like that's what that's for there for, which has to happen at some point anyway. So you may as well do it now.
Right.
All right. So yeah, so this is your decision point. You got a lot of options now, actually.
Yes, but of course, what I will try to do is make beer, because I have stone card and I still don't have the other stone card. That means someone else probably have the stone card.
Yes.
So
you're going to take advantage of that, build some beer right away.
Exactly, because iron is not brutally expensive, and it's always better to secure the beer location as soon as possible.
Yeah, perfect. And for action 2, going to take a loan. So that gives you a bunch of money now that you're able to utilize. We move on to the next round. Round 6 of 9. So
well, I actually took the loan because there are not too much thing to do, because I don't want to make manufacturer in random position. Rather, I want to wait and see where other people make link, and if I can make my level 2 manufacturer there, so that way I don't have to make the link for myself. And for I can make a beer in Barton, I could have, but I'm in no hurry. I have the both Barton card. So I had to take some loan anyway. So that's the thing.
Perfect timing. Now, Red built a link and built some iron in Dudley, which I think is
that's an excellent thing to do. Otherwise, I would have liked to make some iron, but I do not have any iron industry card. I cannot overbuild, but I had a Birmingham card. I could have overbuilt with that. So definitely, I think that was my plan, but he just did it for me.
Yeah. So just
don't wait if you want to make iron and beer. Make them as soon as possible. Even if sometimes some iron might not flip immediately, one or two iron could be consumed by your opponent for free, but still that's worth it.
So building some pottery and some beer in Nuneaton. So that now that level one,
using his wild card finally, but he stopped so early.
Yeah, and you're right. He didn't need Fonzarelli didn't need to get that so early. It really didn't, make that much of a difference. Right. But I guess building that level 1 pottery is not a bad move, right?
If he can also make level 3 and flip both level 1 and level 3 by Canada, that is the thing minimum he has to do if he want to win.
Yes.
Even though that is not as efficient as making only level 2 manufacturers and flip with own beer and make all the iron.
Yeah. So you overbuilt in Birmingham. Got lots of.
I knew all the iron will not go away, but if I wait more, someone can make more iron in Wasser.
Yes.
So that will be too much risk. Instead, I wanted to make the iron as soon as possible, and also I don't have so much better thing to do, because I am actually lacking some card to make the manufacture.
So that's the time for scouting then, right?
Yeah, because I have to make 2 level 2 manufacturer, and I actually do not have card. As I told you, this hand was a very bad example to execute execute
Yes.
that strategy, but it is still possible. It is always
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah. And now you get to go second. And so Wassel, okay, building a beer and a link.
So I make, I think, a level 2 manufacturer in Wolverhampton, because this is the logical thing to do.
yes.
Because Wolverhampton is a place where I can make manufacture with my wild location card, and
Yep.
Wolverhampton is already connected to Oxford, the manufacturer merchant.
Yes. Yeah, you're making the most of your opponent's links.
Exactly, that's the plan, to make as less link possible, take advantage of opponent's link, and save up those link action and use them more efficiently, like making level 2 manufacturer, or making more VR and more iron, which give more
Yes.
victory point compared to the one type link, cannon
Yeah.
link.
And you got some more beer down.
Yeah,
You're
so
closing.
what's happening here is I do not have any location card where I can make manufacturer which are already connected to the merchant.
Yes.
With Barton card, I can actually make a manufacturer, and then I can make the link, but still that will not connect to the merchant. I have to make one extra link.
Yeah, yeah. It's gonna take.
And
Yeah.
exactly. So if I can make a beer there, that is one extra beer than my target. So
Yeah.
making 2 beer is excellent. In fact, utmost necessary. But making even more beer, that is so much better.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Yeah. No, you're in good position beer wise. There's no question. Lots of potential with that.
Yeah,
Going
and
forward.
I also do not have too much risk, because I now have a wild industry card. So if
Yep.
I make a link to Cano or Wassel from Wolverhampton, I can always make the level 2 manufacturer there.
Yes.
So I don't have any risk to execute my plan.
Yeah, that's
So I
perfect.
just make that extra beer.
Yeah. Now Fonzarelli surprises yet again with coal in Wolverhampton and manufactured goods in Birmingham. So
Yeah, coal was expensive, and coal is giving a lot of income. So
yeah,
it's a very tempting thing to do. But as we always discuss, that our goal is to make 2 level 2 manufacturer, 2 level 2 beer, and as many iron as possible. That is
yeah,
why we don't have the luxury to do those things.
yes, yeah. So all right. So next up is Stoke-on-Trent manufactured goods.
Yeah, that's very
And the
interesting.
link.
That's a very interesting thing, but also a little sad thing. Oh,
Yeah.
so he's playing Reddy's card now. That means when that coal were made in Reddy, that was actually a coal industry card instead of
Oh,
location card. Oh, and he didn't have anything on the board. That is why he was able to make that coal there. Okay, but still, that was not something I would suggest anybody to do. But
yeah,
I just realized that. I thought that was a Reddy card when he made coal there. That was my bad observation.
yeah.
But what happened here in Stockton is very interesting and unfortunate. When he made the manufacturer at Stockton, I thought, well, that's smart, because the yellow player has to make the link to sell his pottery. So Red is just taking advantage of that. So that was the interesting thing. But then he himself made the link.
Yeah.
So he's actually helping the yellow player.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, because the yellow player is going to build that link 100%. They're not going to let that pottery sit there. So, yeah,
He'll vanish away.
yeah, no, I think that's where you got to look at the board and say, look, like Fonzarelli is not yellow is not going to leave that there. So don't even bother. I'm sure there's something better to do with that action. So
What he probably thought is that, okay, I'm making this link here, it is at least giving me 4 points. But actually, if he could have saved that action and instead did something else, like take loan or something like that.
Yeah.
And could have used this action, and like he didn't have to take more loan in the rail era, and he could have spent that potential loan action as a rail link action, which would have given him more than 4 points.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Fonzarelli basically sold everything. Just that was a big power play, the big power play turn right there. So pottery,
Yes.
the beer, the cotton, the manufactured goods, everything must go. It's a big sale.
Yeah, but only one of the beer was his own at
Yes.
Coldbrook Dale.
Yep.
A lot of bonus beers, and it would have been so much better for him if he could have kept some with his own beer,
Yes.
more of his own beer.
Yeah. Now there's not a lot of spots left though, really. I mean, I suppose, yeah, there's maybe some
It's a
opportunities.
3-player game, so Utuksar, there is at least one Utuksar card,
Yeah. Yeah.
unless that is the first 3 card we had to
Yeah.
hide as our personal discard pile.
And you're building a link there to try and connect connect everything.
Yes, because I don't have much time to make my second level 2 manufacturer.
Yeah.
So I have a few options. I can make the link to Cano and make it there. I can make it to the Wasel and make it there. Why I made at Wasel is the number of victory point that link will give me. Because I have
Yes.
to make it anyway, so I should make it somewhere which will give me maximum victory point. Like there are a lot of link points from the Birmingham. So if I
Yes.
will make a link, Canon link, so I should make sure at least I get some
Yeah.
victory.
But this is actually a really interesting thing, because I know in your in the strategy guide we did, you said, don't worry about the canal era, like get set up for the rail era, because if you look at the kind of the stats right now, it doesn't look like, you've got a bunch of money, but it doesn't look very impressive, if you're looking at the other numbers there, the income.
Exactly. Right now, you almost cannot distinguish who is ahead and who is not.
Yes.
But if someone is very experienced, he will understand what's going to happen.
Yes, exactly. So we're on to the last round here, and making some coal and selling it. So was that, I guess that's a level 2 coal, so that's okay, I guess, as a move overall, isn't it? If you have nothing else better to do.
Yeah, if he it's how you build your engine, how you plan. Actually, if you don't plan efficiently, I mean, these are the things you have to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have your level 2 manufacturing there.
Yeah, I have to make my level 2 manufacturer here, and then I have to sell.
Yeah. And nice.
And when I'm selling, I'm definitely consuming my level 3 beer, one, and another one level 2 beer. So that is good, because I expected to get I expected to flip 2 level 2 beer, but here I am flipping 2 beer, but one of them is level 3. So that is very good.
That's great. Yeah. See, now your numbers are looking better a little bit, but yeah. And then last turn of the, or last player turn of the canal era. That's good.
Yes. He of course will take the sell action because he has industry to sell, and he was able to sell it with his own,
doing some development. Although developing the level 1 coal, I guess, yeah, you have to do that at some point, eh?
Yeah, if you do not if you are not able to build your level 1 coal, like we do not have plan to make our level 1 coal, so you have to develop it. You have to go to rail era with the chance to make coal anytime necessary.
Yes.
You often will not have the luxury to take a develop action, develop your level 1 coal, and then make level coal. No, you have to be ready to make call anytime on demand in real life.
Yeah. This is where all the victory points get added up. And this is what's really nice about playing the digital edition is that it does all the math for you. You're not.
Yeah. The victory point from link, like I didn't have too much, like 13. The red player has more point from the link, but this is actually a little sad for him because even though his total is 50, but almost half of the point is from the link, so they would not double. But even though I am quite behind from him, like 47, but 34 point is from industry, so this 34 will double. So in reality, my point is actually so much higher than him.
Yeah. No,
and for yellow player, he is behind everybody else, but I don't think he's too much behind from red because his point from industry is more than red.
Yes.
So potentially, if they are level 2, I become the last player in this rail era, which is not too bad because I had to make my level 2 manufacturer in the last round.
Yes, that's true. Yeah. So you had no choice, really.
Yeah. So if I didn't make my extra beer, then I could have planned my actions in a way so I make the manufacturer earlier and I only take a loan and sell action in the last round. So I potentially become the first player. But I think making an extra beer worth even more than becoming just the first player. In fact, when I'm becoming last player in this round 1 of Rail Era, that means I can actually plan 4 actions consecutively because I can ensure I become the first player in the second round. So I'm last player in the first round and first player in the second round. I will play 4 consecutive action. That is also very powerful.
And I think you're thinking quad rail if you can, eh?
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, perfect. All right. So, red built the beer, and then the 2 links up around Stoke to Stone.
Yeah, that is very good. Like make beer as soon as possible because most of the beer place may be already taken in the Canal era. So whatever the small places left, they will be taken very soon. So whenever you have the chance, make the beer as soon as possible.
Yes,
even
absolutely.
If your opponent consume the beer, that is also fine because otherwise your option is not making beer at all. So your opponent is making his beer and getting the point from the beer. So here, at least you are getting point of your beer, even if the opponent consume your beer and take advantage of it.
Yeah, that's good. So we have funds are already building a link and building some iron.
Yes, making iron. It's unfortunate to have if you have to make lower level iron in this rail era because, like, see, you are supposed to get 5, 6, 7 victory point from a link, but here you are making an iron which is probably giving you only 5 PP. So you are making industry, but that is giving you less PP than a link. So that is sad. You have to do it in the rail era. That's why you are supposed to play in the Canal era the way we show you. So when you are in the rail era, you make the industries which gives you big numbers.
Yes. Yeah. Well, that's good. All right. So you are up next here, and you're looking at your options. You look like you have a very similar hand to what you had the first era. It looks very similar.
Yeah, but this time it is better because I have so much options. I have full book there, which is very good. I have Barton, which is also very good because being to make coal is very good.
Yes, that's good. So you take a loan.
Yeah, I took loan because I want to become fast there. I don't want to
yeah,
spend
exactly.
money. and I have to take loan very soon anyway. So taking a loan is a good thing. Maybe I will make some coal now. I don't know. Let's see what I do.
Yeah, just something something very cheap. Whatever it is, something very cheap.
Yeah, I cannot spend more than 16.
Yes, so building some coal, there you go. That's good. Sarah Burton-on-Trent there.
I made coal there because we all know the most valuable links will be between Derby and Barton, and also between Stone Barton, and we should always try to capture Utuksar and around that, so we can get there with our industry card, and those links will be very valuable. So I make VR there that way, so I can ensure I can take double rail action in those places, and the coal will be free own coal.
Yeah.
So I had my own beer, I have my own coal.
Perfect.
So when double
that's the best way to do it.
Yeah, keeping my own coal.
And here comes more links.
It was better if I could have taken a double rail action because quad rail, because coal Brookdale had beer, but I didn't have any chance to connect it with coal, so I could not. I had the option to take coal there at Coal Brookdale, but then I might not be able to took all these valuable links around Utuksar. So and there I was checking the income.
Yes. All right. So Fonzarelli is going to build manufacturing goods in stone.
Yeah. In the
forgot to pause.
You see the income, but here you have to click to see the income in the digital. That is okay.
Yeah. So
you can always see the numerical number at the left side of the board.
Yes.
But something we are so used to the visual identification.
Yes. Yeah. There's a lot of numbers to watch in the digital version. I find it's a little bit trickier to watch than in the board game, but so it looks like Fonzarelli yellow builds some manufactured goods in cotton. Red will take a loan because and then in leak build some manufacturing, or sorry, it's cotton, sorry. So
at this moment, I was very relaxed. Actually, there was not much pressure because our goal in the rail era is to make all other beer. That means I have to make 2 more beer.
Yeah.
Then all my beer will be built, and only 1 more iron. And other than that, I only have to make link, and link. So I only want to make 1 more iron and 2 more beer and as much link as possible. Very simple plan. Executing the channel era perfectly is very helpful for a successful rail era.
Yeah, no, that's good. So we're on.
Yep. Moment already have the links around the important places because anytime I draw a beer card, I can make beer at Derby and beer at Utuksar.
Yeah. So Red then builds a cut. Well, does some build some links and sell some stuff. So that's but you're still feeling pretty good about this.
Because only one industry I may want to sell is level 1 pottery. Make it and sell it, but it is not that important. Like if I can do everything else, even if I cannot do that, that is totally fine. And if I can do that, like do everything else and also sell the level 1 pottery in the rail era, that is more excellent.
Yeah, that's perfect. So you got some more beer down in
as I said,
there's your pottery.
Purchases can be stolen anytime, and then I might have to make some inefficient link between Ulster and Kidderminster only to make a beer there. So if I can make beer and make the beer before anybody else, that is very good because I only have
Yes.
to make 2 more beer.
Yeah. And yellow's,
Normally, I had to make 3 beer in the Railera but in this game, I was able to make 1 more beer in the Canelera, so it became even easier.
yeah. So yellow with their quad rail move used up all your beer.
I made my level 1 pottery in the Stafford, as I was saying that if I can do everything and also the pottery,
Yeah.
it will be so much better.
Yeah, you're all set. You've got it all lined up there. So that's perfect. And building some iron, that's probably some good money there. Good.
Red made the iron, and I was a little sad because I want to make my iron. If they make their iron, so my iron will be
Yeah, it wouldn't
less
be worth.
beneficial.
Yeah, it wouldn't be as worthwhile. And then you got some beer down in that same spot as well.
Yeah, but coal is now very, very, very expensive, and the
Yes.
link value is now significantly lower because most of the best link places are taken except Birmingham to Russell and Birmingham to
Yeah.
Coventry and Birmingham to Nuneaton. Those are only 3 valuable links. Shrewsbury to Coalbrookdale is also valuable, but the coal price is now very high.
Yes. And you took advantage of that by building a coal in Cannock. That was a good move. Gave yourself some good cash there.
Yes, it was a little debatable. Like if someone now say that making this coal here in Cano was not the best thing to do, and instead I should have you to taken a double rail action with the gear available at Derby, even if by taking a loan,
Yeah.
I would actually agree. So in the whole game, if there is anything I would say debatable, it was this action
Oh, really?
because
Wow.
because this cano actually gave me some money,
Yeah.
some income, but it actually gave the opponent victory point as much as I am getting from the coal
Yes.
industry because
Yes.
coal normally gives very less victory point, and
Yeah.
I'm making somewhere where opponent have his link.
Yes.
Um, I think at that moment I was actually really debating myself if I should make the coal and make the coal cheaper for relatively cheaper for everybody, and I get some income, or I should take a loan and then take a
Yeah.
double relax.
Yeah.
And
That's
I actually didn't knew which one is actually better to do because both were very tempting and both looks very good choice because coal is very expensive. Having some money now
yeah.
and having some income will help me to take one less
Yeah.
loan, so which in future can help me to make one more link than I could have otherwise. That could have given me 5 more victory points. So even if I give away 2 victory points to opponent by making the pole there, but
Yes.
that might help me more. But it is the only debatable thing of that
Yes.
moment.
Yeah. Okay. So next up is building some more links, which is the goal of the rail era, as many links as possible, right?
Yes, because I made the coal there, I had some money, and it will be best if I consume that coal myself. Otherwise, I just made the coal cheaper for everybody
Yeah, that's true.
else.
Yeah. So you end up taking all your money. You got paid, but then you paid it all back to them.
Right, and coal is now again very expensive for everybody else.
Yes, but you're fine with that, I'm sure. You
Yeah,
get
and
very
I
expensive.
and I made that link there because I wanted to secure my beer place because someone else can make a beer at Utuksar any moment. Then where will I make my last beer? See,
Yes.
someone just made the beer. So where I could have made my beer, I have to make my last beer. That's 10 victory point. That is
Yes.
why actually I considered making the coal there. That way I can take a relatively cheaper double election and
Yep.
my last beer position.
Yes. Yeah. So we've built out to that farm. So yeah, I mean, you should be able to build the beer. Hopefully, if you get a chance to. But yeah,
Yeah,
yellow builds the beer, and then um, That's a pretty good move.
Yeah, since I made a relatively inefficient link to connect to that farm brewery, even if I do not draw any beer card, that will be very unlucky. But then I had to actually scout and
Yes,
make that.
yes. And so did Yellow. The Yellow had to scout as well there. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yellow was in rush because all the beer taste is taken very fast, and I have secured that beer taste in the farm brewery. So if you
yeah,
want to make his own beer, and if you do not have the Toxer card, so only way to make beer is with the wild card.
yes. Yeah, okay. So Yellow did some selling and to the market. Yeah, well, you can see the map's getting very crowded now. There's not a lot. Oops, sorry. To press play. So there's some coal making some money.
Yeah, and I am happy with that goal. That means my link is getting at least 1 point. That was the
Yes.
initial link, but
Yes.
more industry is good for me.
Yeah. So you're looking to build now and get some iron down.
Yeah, I have to make my last iron.
Yes.
So if I don't make it as soon as possible, there is not much iron paste left except Reddit, and Reddit is not connected. So,
Yeah.
and
And
if I don't make it now, there is chance that even if I go to Reddit and make it there, it would not flip.
yes. Yeah, you got to at least a few rounds for this to flip.
Right.
So yeah, just taking a look at the different development status. So yeah, you got some really good high quality beer coming along. Oh, you can
Yeah,
see.
like so all the target I had, like making Babylon pottery and selling, done. Making last iron, done. Now
Yep.
only thing left is making the last beer. So I will make last beer and try to take double rail or possibly quad rail.
Yeah. So that's yeah. So this is it's funny because no, you look at the south, it's quite empty in terms
Yeah,
of the not
but
there's
it
no
should because
Birmingham's
there is
barely used. It's you usually you see Birmingham, everything grows out from there, because of all the links,
right,
and all the
right.
opportunities. But yeah, so you're just getting some rails down here and building some coal.
Yeah, coal is expensive, and at this moment, if I have to double rail, rather than taking a loan
Yeah,
and double rail, if I can make my own coal and double rail, that is better because
yes,
taking loan gives no VP, but making a coal at least gives some VP. And if I
yes,
can
that's
make coal with
yeah,
my own link, that is excellent. That way,
yes,
I'm increasing the value of my own link.
yeah, that's maximizing the opportunity there.
Right.
Mm.
I was always thinking, should I go to south and should I make link around the Birmingham? But
Yeah,
normally it's always a good choice. But I was thinking because Birmingham doesn't have much industry,
yeah, it's
and I
actually
will
not.
not,
Yeah,
yeah, and I will not make any more industry. This game, I'll not make any more industry. So
really,
I'll
yes,
not make industry around Birmingham. So if the opponent doesn't make as well, then those link will not value much.
yeah,
So I was very cautious to see if people make industry around that or not.
yeah.
If nobody makes anything, and then I don't want to make link there because then it will not force that much.
Yeah, it's funny because Birmingham's normally the most valuable link on the board.
Yes.
So
Normally, the most valuable is between Barton, Derby, Tuxar, but
yeah,
Birmingham to Nuneaton, Birmingham to Wassel, and Birmingham to Coventry. These are also very, very valuable.
yes, yeah, but not this game.
But this game, yeah,
Yeah. So you're just looking so you got your beer in place and
yes,
building, just trying to add up just doing the math to see which is the most valuable link, I guess, is what you're doing. And that
yes.
one jumped out. So
Yeah, because I'm concerned that should I go to Birmingham or should I just make between Cotton and Wasser?
yeah. And so, oh, the Reds got some more beer.
Yeah, he probably had to overbuild his own beer.
Oh, yes. Yeah. And doing some sales.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think the last couple rounds of Brass Birmingham play out not automatically, but I think that the decision making becomes a lot more linear, a lot more obvious. And
right.
I think,
Red took some very valuable link
links,
can
yes.
to
Although
Birmingham.
again, the Birmingham link may not, it probably won't be worth very much. It's okay,
Yeah,
but
it's okay. I mean, there are not other valuable links. So if he
yeah,
had to make links,
because there's not a lot of time for the opponents to fill that in. So unless that is his plan to to build there, it's
right?
not really going to be
So I'm making coal. Normally, I don't make that much coal, but if you can make like coal which give you a lot of money and you don't have anything else to do other than making link, and those link are not giving that much victory points, then
yeah.
making coal is fine.
Oh yeah,
And
no, it
that,
makes absolute sense. If you can, if it's your own links, then absolutely. And
yeah,
I imagine you may even be adding to those links with your next action
yeah,
here. It's
yeah,
my
the
guess.
coal is giving some TP, and that is
Yeah.
additionally increasing the value of my links. So it's a
Yes.
synergy. Only that is why it is worth it. Otherwise,
Yes.
only links at other places would worth
Yeah.
more than the
Yeah.
coal. And also the coal is very expensive, so that means I don't have to take any loan. I'm having so much money from the coal,
Yes.
so I'm
That's
saving
perfect.
some loan actions from this coal. That is
Yeah.
why. Otherwise, I'm not vouched for making so many coals.
Yeah. You're dropping. Yeah. You're putting in some really valuable links now, and locking down. I mean, even a link to Birmingham now is a little more valuable to you.
Yeah,
Development. So red's not very developed actually. If you when you look at the
yeah,
good
because
good
he
games here.
mismatched the in our ultimate strategy guide we discussed what not to do, and the
Yeah.
thing not to do is don't mismatch your cotton and manufacturer, never. But
Yeah.
he actually mismatched.
Yeah.
So
You
when you are
go
mismatching,
for one or the other.
yeah, you are not pushing one industry very high, rather you are in bottom tier of all kind of industry, and that is
Yeah.
not something you want. You want to push one industry to the highest, so you get a lot of victory point. And
Yes.
for 3 and 4 player game, there is not much action in the game, so you actually don't have to make too many higher level industry in the rail era. Instead, you can only make last iron, last beer, and make
Yeah.
the valuable rail links. Then the game will be over. So you don't have to make any higher,
Yeah.
much higher level industry.
Yeah. Yellow's did the obvious move. Well, built made some beer and then sold their goods before the end of the game. This is your
Mhm.
last move. You're making a whole bunch of coal. But again, it's, I mean, I guess you didn't have a lot of options either, but because you're giving that victory point to your opponent there. But
Yeah,
hey,
and I'm also making a rail there, which will actually help me,
yeah,
because I could make a link, but that link would have given me as much VP as and in fact, actually making this call give me so much money that I can actually take a double rail action.
yeah, yeah. But this is your last turn of the game, right?
Yeah, this is
So
the
yeah, and you did give
I have
red
only
some.
two link left. So if I made those two links, I would not have anything to do.
Yes, yeah, you're in good shape. And the last turn here, building from Gloucester there and there. Interesting. So into the rail
And that's
area, and we add
the
them all
point
up.
of
Lots of VPs. I see lots of plus fives, plus 10. All right.
as we see.
Now
Yes,
what?
this is the final result.
Yeah.
Um, you see, the links from the links in the rail era port 63
Yes.
point, and no one else actually get that much VP from the links.
Yeah.
And then the point from the industry is also pretty high, and these
Yes.
are actually high because many of the points are from actually the rail era. All the 3 BR I made in the Canal era, because
Yeah.
many 3 BR I made in the Canal era. Skipped one of them in the rail era, but all of them were made in the Canal era. And
Yeah.
other than the last iron, all the iron were made in the Canal era. So they are actually contributing to this 89 victory point from the industry, because I only made last 2 BR and 1 iron and 1 pottery in this rail era.
Yeah.
All the other industry were made in the Canal era. And in this rail era, I also focused. I made some coal, and I actually focused on making a lot of links, taking the valuable links for myself and denying opponent to take those links.
Yes.
The opponents, as you see, in the Canal era, one of them were pretty ahead from the another, but I said they are actually so much closed because
Yes.
one of them had victory point from the Canal only, and another player had more victory point from the industry.
Yes.
So see, they are actually pretty close right now.
Yeah, it's
as
surprising how close they finished. Oops. We just,
Yeah, see, in the calendar they were 10 point behind, but actually
Yeah.
they were not, because one of their videos was from the Canal.
Yes.
So
Yeah. No, but it's so funny because I felt that red was doing a lot better than yellow. In general, it just seemed, but only 1 point difference in the end of the game. So that's quite surprising.
right.
Yeah, so that's great. And 199, well, as you said, 200 is a pretty good score in a 3-player game, right? So,
Oh, I say 200 is a very good score in a 2-player game.
oh, okay.
And for a 3-player game, even 175 is very good.
Yeah.
And 200 in a 3-player game, you can be able to do only handful of time in lifetime, actually.
Oh, wow. Okay. So this was a pretty impressive game overall. That's great. Yeah, no, that I think it's so helpful for our viewers that you take the time to go through each move, and I know I was kind of trying to stop and start the video at different points, so I hope that it was okay to follow for people. But no, it's really, really valuable hearing your insights in real time and what you're thinking of, and it's something that I'm sure people really value. So thank you so much for taking the time to show us a game against some real life players, and not just against an AI bot.
I
It,
hope the viewers enjoyed it, like they enjoy watching board game tournaments live stream, or even when they watch showing stream of esports. I hope they enjoy it like that. That was my goal, to present the strategies with a live gameplay commentary, and to add some suspense to it. I hope.
yeah. Yeah, no, that's great. And of course, to everyone watching, please zip over to Mafiul's YouTube channel. We'll be putting the link in our description, and check out the strategy guide that we put together, as well as the other gameplay video that we have so far. We're looking to cover more Brass Birmingham and maybe some other games in the future as well with Mafiul. So if you could like this video and subscribe as well, that would be much appreciated by us. So thanks again, Mafiul, for taking the time. It was great to hang out with you and watch some Brass Birmingham.
Thank you, Nathan. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much for joining us for the last hour. We hope you got a lot out of this video. Please take a moment to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and we'll see you here next time on Legendary Tactics.